I, you feel hate, cry, and abuse of Derrick Hayes, cry, biggest thing to the game, cry, you made of the thing. Yes, y'all. Another episode of Prime Time. The M is silent because in life, the small things will lead you to the big opportunities. Follow me on all social media platforms at Untitled. All social media platforms and even on Cash App. Today, we have an extraordinary guest today, coming to you from the city of Phoenix, Arizona. This beautiful lady is an author. She has a book out called I Got It Covered. So if you want it covered, you go to the lady that can tell you, I've got it covered. Not only is she an author, but she's a CEO. You want breath, you got to have heirs. You want life, you need the Arizona Insurance and Retirement Services. Check out the website, www.igotitcovered.net. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only, Dana Artzer. How you doing today?
Hey, I'm great. Nice to finally see you.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. You know, hey, things happen in the world, but you never give up. And if
never give up.
If you never give up, just like the name of your book, I got it covered. It's going to be covered for you. So
that's right.
We're going to make sure we make this happen. So since you got it covered, I decided to use the word cover to ask you some questions so we can cover the topics and the basics and the things that you do. And then at the end, anything left over that you need to add, I'll give you the floor. The C in the word cover for Cliff and Dana. Can you tell us about that talk show and what it's all about?
Well, the Cliff and Dana show was a Medicare comedy show that I created with a friend of mine named Cliff. You know, I'm a retirement advisor and I focus on educating people. And I don't know if you've ever been to a Medicare seminar, but they are extremely boring. And literally, we would be looking at the audience falling asleep. So I knew that there had to be a better way. And I made a stupid mistake one day and everybody laughed. And I thought it was like the aha moment. I needed to make them laugh. So we created the Cliff and Dana show, and we did it for about 5 years. We couldn't do it this year because of COVID, but every year we started in May, and we would come up with a new script, and we would do costumes, and it was just a 2-person show, him and I. But we found that we called it edutainment because we were educating people and entertaining them, and by doing so, they retained more that we taught them. So, you know, we got a little risque at the end. We were hippies last year, and y'all can imagine what happens with hippies. So it was a lot of fun, though. We enjoyed educating people and taking it out of the box a little bit.
Okay, the O is for opportunities. What opportunities are there for people to work with you and for you?
Well, golly, work with me. I have a huge pipeline of resources that I can offer to my clients. So anybody that enjoys helping people in one way or another, I'm on the insurance and advisor side, but I love to do things like Christmas time, give warm clothes to the homeless. So I do a donation every year from my clients, and we wrap them up like Christmas presents and take them to the homeless, which is kind of fun. So, you know, anybody really that wants to come on and think out of the box and have some fun and help some people, just send them my way.
Okay. The viz for vision. How did you get the vision for heirs, Arizona Insurance and Retirement Service? How did you get the vision?
You know, a long time ago, my mom and her husband, my stepdad, back in 2007, they were having an issue with their Medicare. And my mom was the smartest person I've ever known. And her husband was very intelligent as well. And when I went and tried to help them with it, I couldn't figure it out. And I knew that if I couldn't and she couldn't, that there had to be a problem. So I think that my restaurant closed in Texas, and I think God just kind of said, here, I want you to go this direction. So when I came here to Arizona, this is what I decided to do. I decided that I wanted to help seniors avoid the mess that my mom was in and be their advocate. And I love it. I love my seniors.
Hey, it's a blessing. That's why you say I got it covered, because there was something that needed covering. You came in and sealed the deal.
Well, you know what? I pride myself on being a full service advocate. So I generally try and take it all onto my shoulders. I know that it's very frustrating if you're ill and you can't get answers or whatever the case is. And I call myself their pit bull in their back pocket.
Okay. Hey, you ain't playing around there. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Playing.
Hey, the E is for extended. Please talk about some of your extended family and some of the companies that you work with and how you work with them.
Oh my goodness, I work with, oh golly, many different insurance companies. Pretty much every insurance company here in Arizona that offers Medicare products. But I will say that the number one company, my favorite company out of all of them, is Physicians Mutual. And there's several reasons for that, but they focus on educating their agents. The training is off the hook, but it's intense, and that's how we become educators. That was the first company that I ever worked for. And great people. My best friend Dominique works there. My friend Cliff that I do the shows with works there. So it's a great company, and they truly care about their clients as well.
Yeah, it takes what they say, it takes teamwork to make your dream work. And
yeah, absolutely. It takes a village. Yeah. I mean, seriously, it's we are a team, and you know, no matter where we go, it's if you're in business, you have to love what you do. Because let me tell you, I don't like insurance, and I like paperwork even less. But I love what I do, and I'm really good at it.
That's how you turn your passion into purpose.
That's right.
The R is for retirement. Why is retirement important, and how do you help others get there?
Oh, well, okay, I don't have enough time to list all those reasons, but
hopefully you'll come back in.
Oh, there you are. You went away for a minute. Did you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Start over, please, about retirement.
So I don't know if I have enough time to tell you all the reasons, but I will say that
take your time.
I'm sorry?
No, I said take your time.
Oh, awesome. Okay. So especially right now, there are many people that weren't planning on retiring that are retiring. So I tell people, when you're in your 30s, believe it or not, is when you should seriously start planning for retirement. Now, the good ones can start when they're 20, but that's a little too much pressure for that age. So the earlier you start, the more prepared you are for when it comes. And a lot of people, I know my husband and myself, we would love to have been able to retire early, like, 60 years old and do whatever we wanted. But a majority of Americans these days, we're going to be working until our full retirement age. And it is so incredibly important to prepare and plan early for what you're going to need later. There is a lot of people lost money in the stock market, including myself. I lost about $60,000 in the first 3 months of COVID. So what I try and do, educate my clients or whoever needs education on how to create that safety net for their retirement. And that involves their health care, their assets, making sure that all bases are covered. They've got all their power of attorneys. They've got their last will and testament. They've got their trust. I'm not an attorney, but I have a lot of experience in all of that, in my own personal experience, and then my clients as well. So that's, I mean, in a nutshell, really, it's just if you don't plan, If you don't start planning early, you're going to be in trouble, because who knows, honestly, how long Social Security is going to be here.
Right.
You know, and I pray that it is, and I know that there's going to be a huge uproar if it's not. But the thing is, we never know what's going to happen tomorrow. Look where we're all at right now. And
Right.
so it's important. There's something called the rule of 100. And basically you take your age, 100 minus your age, and whatever the answer is, that amount is the amount should be in the fourth quadrant, which is the non-guarantee, like the market, basically. So that's kind of a rule of thumb, depending on your risk tolerance. The older you get, the less you should have in the market, and the more you need to protect your assets. So I've got it covered. I don't know if you know exactly what the book is about. Do you? Have you looked at it?
No, I haven't had a chance. That's something I need to get into.
Okay, so I've got it covered is a book or a guide that I created. When my mom was very, very sick a couple years ago, I knew that I would be the one to handle things when she passed. So I sat in my office one day and just typed a bunch of information, and I sent it to her, and I said, here, I think I'm going to need to know this stuff if and when something happens to you. So she cussed at me because it was like 50 pages long, but she said she would do it because she loved me, and took her 3 months to fill it out. And I received it back on January 18th of 2019, and I called and said thank you. And she died that night. So I was able to take that information to California with me, and it was truly like she was sitting there holding my hand. It literally, I had no idea what I had created at the time, but this thing literally guided me step by step of what I needed to do, and I didn't need to look for anything. I had every number, every account number, every contact, every form. So at that point, I just realized, wow, I've really, even though I was really grieving for my mom, I realized that this is something that I can really help people with. So I came back to Arizona, and I sat in my office for about 7 months, and I created I've Got It Covered. And it's truly a whole guidance system that, people fill out now. And then if and when something happens, their family has every single thing that they need at their fingertips to walk them step by step through the process. And it's so important right now. People think that a will or a trust is enough, but it's not. Your family needs to close your life. And in this guide and the binder is all the information they need to know.
Okay, I appreciate that. Miss, before we go, Dana, is there anything you like to add or that we missed out on?
Oh, golly, I don't think so. I'm just, I'm just here to help people, be a blessing to people. And I don't ever charge anything for my services. I'm compensated by all the companies that I work with. But if anybody needs help, feel free to reach out. You can contact me through I'veGotItCovered.net. That's pretty much it. I hope everybody is blessed, and I'm ready to take our masks off and go outside and hug people again, and get back to some normalcy. So everybody stay safe and healthy, and God bless.
Ladies and gentlemen, another great episode of Prime Time. Our guest today is an author and the CEO of the Arizona Insurance and Retirement Services. Like she mentioned, follow her website, www.I'veGotItCovered.net, the one and only Dana Artzer. Follow me on all social media platforms at Entertainer, and even on Cash App. Because, ladies and gentlemen, you have to work on your craft. You have to work on your skills. Because what you say and what you do may be the only school that others ever see. A good friend of mine named Zay Sanford, Zay Sanford Music. He brought us in, and he's going to take us out. Until next time, thank you for your time. You will be amazed Prime Time interview with Derrick